All right, so we're looking at Omegacron, who follows Jandar. He's a Solborg, unique hero, commander, precise. His size is large, 7. For life, moves 5 spaces, has a range of 7 with 3 attack, 6 defense. His abilities include the double attack, which allows him to attack 1 additional time. Omegacron mobilization. Instead of moving with Omegacron, you may move up to 3 other Solborg figures you control who follow Jandar up to 5 spaces each. And with directed fire, instead of attacking with Omegacron this turn, you may choose up to 3 unengaged Solborg squad figures you control who follow Jandar to take a single turn with the chosen figures, during which the chosen figures may only attack. Omegacron must also have line of sight to any figure attacked using directed fire. And all told, he comes in at 180 points.
Okay, Joe. I know you said that I would enjoy this one because since I love an Omnicron army, or Omnicron sniper army, I can see now why you're telling me that, especially with the mobilization and directed fire.
Mm-hmm.
That's very interesting.
I mean, even directed fire too. It's like you can move Omegacron and then fire at the other guys. So it's a kind of what you want to do. You want to move and attack. You can play around with a little flexible.
You got a pretty nice defense too. So he's going to be on the field for a little bit. Let's see here. Jason, tell people where they can get this particular miniature, and let us know if it's actually one that you could get, or you just 3D print it.
Well, there's some details here. So this is from the MechWarrior Dark Age tabletop miniatures game, which has been gone for a long time, and it is Marauder 2C, which was one of the uglier decisions that WizKids made because it's just one of the ugly pictures they did. The actual Marauder 2C from Battletech looks so much cooler than this thing. This was just one of their WizKids' weird design choices. So it comes from the Vanguard set. However, it's actually a tournament prize of some sort. So you would have had to either compete in an event, and you would have got as part of your entry fee to the event, or worst case scenario, you would have to win the event or come in second place in the event. Even today, all the MechWarrior Dark Age tournament win ones are very, very hard to come by. It took me 10 years to find the one that was for my missing army that I played back in 2005. So fortunately, there are plenty of other Marauder 2C miniatures. Hey, look at that. How you got one?
Yeah, I do.
Is that the actual
original
miniature, or did you repaint one of the other ones?
I know my buddy
Hold on.
I think added to it a little bit. He put a Jandar symbol on the side. I know the camera's not picking up. Put some dirt on the legs a bit. But I'm pretty sure that this is an original model.
Wow. So it's not a 3D print. It's an original model.
Yeah, because I think the only reason I know that because it's on. Let me see. I'll have to talk to him.
That's dope.
And you don't need to 3D print this guy because there were about a half a dozen.
This is how I know. I could turn the arms.
This would be an actuator. Yeah.
That's how
All the MechWarrior guys had some sort of actuation to them. But yeah, they're about $15 for a Marauder 2. You just got to give them a white primer, add the blue details, and if you have the actual one like what Joe has there, if you film the video of yourself cutting it off the base, you'll make MechWarrior players that store around and they cry.
Yeah, that's on the peanut.
Yeah, if the arms.
I've made jokes about repurposing those old MechWarrior figures for other games in the past on my YouTube channel, and I've had people post comments saying, "For the love of God, do not mangle the miniatures. They're hard to come by these days."
Oh no.
They're not going to like us Heroscapers very much then. So Jason, you were saying then that what type of MechWarrior models you could get for this that would be good proxies?
The Marauder 2C, they're all the exact same miniature. They're just painted differently.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
you just if you just say you just type Marauder 2C into eBay, and there's a couple really cheap ones.
Okay, so
you know.
that's a bit of information that might be interesting. So it doesn't have to actually be 084. You can just repaint the it's the same model. That's fascinating, actually. How about Jason? You read the character bio here. There's a little bit.
I need to zoom it up a little bit. Getting old, and blue font is a very poor choice for background.
Yes.
All right.
Here, I'll try and...
Target acquired. Units 3 through 5, fire. Unit 3, firing. Unit 4, firing. Unit 5, firing. Target neutralized. Acquiring targets. Units 1 and 2, advance. Unit 1, en route. Unit 2, reported malfunctions. Servos A12-YA9, off the line. Unit 9, fall back, secure or salvage Unit 2. Unit 9, acknowledged, secure or salvage. This all transpired in the space of seconds, a series of electronic messages sent back and forth along the Solberg chain of command. Omegacron had no eyes, no visual receptors with which to perceive the world around him, yet to him the battlefield was alive. In his internal network were 1,000 scattered dots of light, each one representing a life form tagged and tracked by the vast network of Solbergs around him. In his electronic brain, he held his hands above the field, watching the delicate dance of lights unfold beneath him. Even though Solbergs are typically not prone to self-reflection or imagination, he had a very clear internal picture of himself. Something deep in his programming, in the electronic instinct printed into his processors, was a man. Slim, humanoid with glasses. He knew deep down the image of the man was his line's programmer, his father in a way. Most likely he had died more than 100 years ago, but this man whom he'd never known was his only reference to how a person looked, so he thought of himself like that. His clothes were black and lit with blue stripes. Below him, the points of light scurried around him like so many ants, the blue ones at his beck and call, the red ones slowly being snuffed out. He waved his hand and a dozen repulsors broke off and surrounded a larger point of light. From the radar reports, he knew it was a Death Stalker. With the flick of his wrist, the exact positioning data was downloaded, streamed to the nearest sniper's head. Without turning his head, the sniper's arm moved the exact vector required and with microsecond precision pulled the trigger. The Death Stalker's light was snuffed. Blue light scattered from its location towards the next target. Omegacron nodded, his hands delicately moving over the grand tapestry, total and absolute knowledge at his command. The tapestry rippled. Omegacron blinked, checking his receptors. They were fully functional. At the very corner from the east came a wave, slowly tearing up his tapestry, his masterpiece, his work, replacing it with a mass of red, glowing stripes.
Very cool.
That's
very cool.
It's so nice that you'd write a bit of lore just for a custom unit like that, you know. And we've had it, like, this is the third one so far where they've had it. Lovely.
Yeah, they're online right now. They're like just on point. This is so cool.
And this was what, 10+ years ago now. Like,
yeah,
you know, they did this. It's just, yeah, thank you guys for doing it.
I wish are there official dates for these? You know what? Yeah, this is posted. Yeah, 2011.
Yeah.
Wow.
And again, yeah. So, the synergy benefits, obviously, the snipers, Omegacron repulsors. It just basically just helps these guys out a lot. And so here again, we got. Or I don't know who this power ranking is from. Doesn't say actually. This is much like Spartacus. He takes a bunch of points off the top of your army, but in high point games, the Cron Roller can be devastating B+. Interesting. And there's one with new base on it as well. That I guess there's the image for all the MechWarrior people to see there. Yeah, that's a peanut base, guys. That's a peanut base. Yeah, I find I gotta get one of these. I definitely gotta find like one on eBay, and just if I got to repaint it because yeah, this one is nice.
Yeah, Omegacron is one of those units that I think I underrated for a long time until somebody started showing up with like the Kron armies, the Kron troller armies online, and like he was doing really, really well. And it's kind of amazing like how much he adds to like the Omnicrons and repulsors. He's a really fun figure to play, and he can kind of just chill in the start zone the entire game until he needs to come out, and just kind of rock you.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, really cool.
Yeah, because
basically,
yeah. No, I was gonna ask, can you do both those special abilities at the same turn?
Yes. They are, instead of moving or attacking.
Wow.
But yeah, you can do both of those. So you can take a full turn with like, other units in the game. Yeah, it's really cool because you can basically like set up some repulsors to move adjacent to units, and then you can use your snipers to hit those figures with their deadly shot, and then they get like the extra bonus that the repulsors give.
Like, what a fascinating way to just do bonding. Like, stuff like this is just so much fun. It brings so much life to the world of Valhalla with these characters. Just to reiterate what Jack was saying, is like, you can choose to move. I mean, look, you could take a full turn with him. That's absolutely possible. Or you can take an entire turn with another squad or unit. Like, it doesn't specify hero, doesn't specify, I guess, well, directed fire. Instead of attacking 3 unengaged Solberg figures. That one specifies, squad figures. But, mobilization, you could do hero, you could do, because you can move Zeta.
Yeah.
But you just can't shoot with Zeta. So I think that's where they were trying to balance that one out a bit.
And the really cool thing too is due to the way Omegacron is written, you actually get around the repulsor's circuitry overload ability, which is kind of a nerf on repulsors. So if you want to play repulsors without having to worry about circuitry overload, like worry about blowing up some of your own Jandar figures, you can bypass that with Omegacron.
Wow. Yeah, that just makes it very, very valuable. Wow. Yeah, I definitely got to get me one, and then just start like practicing skirmishing with it, because I think that might be a good fit into the growing Omnicron army that I currently use, for sure. Anything else we want to say about this very, very good VC unit?
He's up there.
Yeah,
I wish I played with him more. I just don't have all the crons, but for what I've seen, it's go get him.
Yeah, I'd say so. Absolutely. So this is taking a look at Omegacron. Definitely give him a consideration, because more than likely or not, you're going to see him in a competitive battlefield. So that's taking a look at that one from VC Customs.